parade? How many?
About 200.
Is one of the best parades we have had in so many years. I like the diversity of it. I like the fact that they opened up the parade to other jurisdictions, and I hope it continues.
And what's your name?
My name is Donnice Young.
Wow, such great memories. Welcome, Dr. Douglas, Reverend Thompson, and Stuart Anderson. I tell you, the boots that make this parade and this peace walk happen. Stuart, I'm gonna start with you really quickly. I mean, because you know, you and I have been kind of what do you call it? Batman and Robin, or co-chairs of this event for a few years. But that goes back way before we even started it, when Dr. Calvin Rolark and Wilhelmina Rolark, former Ward 8 council member, and P.D. Green first launched the MLK Parade back in, was it 1978.
78.
Yeah, so we've been doing this probably for the last 14 years. Can you talk a little bit about the fact that we're doing virtual events and what they are this year, and the theme and all that, and grand marshals?
So definitely. I'm still kind of shaken after Miss Smith's kind of whole piece, right? I posted early today one of King's quotes about, you know, I've decided on love, you know, over hate, and I ponder that as I listen to her talk about what she went through. It's kind of hard to be able to do that, but we have to. So what do we have going on? First, let me say, doing this piece virtually is I think a lot difficult than what we've been doing over the last 14 years. Having to focus on this in a whole different manner. But we've pulled it together, and I think it's going to be phenomenal. I believe that we are going to hear people say, as we heard in that video, that short video, this is to be another one of those best parades. So what do we have? We have 9 phenomenal grand marshals, and most of whom are frontline workers. That means they've been putting their life on the line in the midst of this COVID pandemic. And then we have a few of our community activists who continue to pour themselves into the lives of not only people here in Ward 8, but people across the city and in the region. We have a couple teachers, we have firefighter, and I encourage people to go to, for the sake of time, I encourage you to go to MLKHolidayDC.org. That's MLKHolidayDC.org, and scroll down on our homepage and look at all of our grand marshals. Click their picture. When you click their picture, you get their story, and you get to hear them respond to this year's theme. This year's theme is "Now is the time." Now is the time. And so one of the things that I've been saying is that now is the time to pay it forward. And then I phenomenally hear that this morning during the UPO breakfast. I heard Senator Cory Booker talk about paying it forward. And I'm like, the universe is great. The universe is in line. So we got this great essay contest. The young individuals who are involved with, and their leadership with the Murray youth leadership, they took hold of our essay contest, and they have really brung it to maturity. And so at 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock tonight.
Stuart, before you go there, because since we have Dr. Douglas online, and she's going to talk about the essay contest, you've just given her a great introduction. So let's go to her real quick. Dr. Douglas, welcome to WIN TV.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about the MLK Holiday Essay Contest.
As Stuart has already alluded to, This year, we are excited about the essay contest and how our young alumni of the Mayor Barry's Youth Leadership Institute have taken this on as a mission and a project to have our young people's voices heard. This year, we did go with the theme of the actual weekend. Now is the time, but we encouraged our young people to explore how their power and their power of influence can change both local and national items in social change and social justice, honing in on the pandemic, digital divide that's going on in our city and in our nation, and anything that they felt the need that needed to be discussed. And the important thing about this year is that with the young people's essay, we asked them to provide action items that could be taken on by our city government and passed on to other people. So what we will do, and we have committed as the Mayor's Youth Leadership Institute Alumni Association, is providing each of those actionable items to the respective council members, respective congressional members, and respective agency heads, so that our young people's voice is heard, so they can see that they definitely has power in their influence. I will say that even though this was virtually, we had 96 young people to submit entries in this year's essay contest from all 8 of our wards, from both public school, charter school, and private school. So I am so excited that tonight at 6 p.m., we're going to recognize all 96 of our young people and encourage each of them, and also announce who our first, second, and third place winners are. And these were young people from grades 5 all the way to grade 12.
That is phenomenal. That's fantastic. How will people be able to see this? Have you figured that?
Yes, people can go on to the MLK Holiday website. That Stuart already lifted up. And there is the Eventbrite link there. They can click that, and then they will be sent a webinar link where they will be able to view in on our program for tonight. I am excited that all 3 of our first place winners will read their essays tonight. So you will get to hear it from our actual young people. And I will say I'm excited because we have winners that represent our entire city. I won't say who, but we have winners from Ward 8. We have winners from Ward 1. We have winners from Ward 4. We have winners from Ward 6, Ward 5. And so I'm just excited that all of our young people are having the opportunity to participate in such a time as this.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. That's fantastic. And we're going to move on real quick, Stuart, because what's happening tomorrow morning?
Pastor Thompson, tell us about the prayer breakfast. Are you muted, Pastor Thompson?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Well, let me say we got a phenomenal. There you go. Pastor Thompson?
Pastor Thompson, okay. Can you unmute yourself?
It's in the center screen down.
She got it. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, well, tomorrow we have the annual MLK prayer breakfast, which will be from 9 until 10:30. And we have a great program, a great event planned for you. We have several community leaders and public officials who are going to be bringing greetings. We have our youth mayor who's going to weigh in. We're going to have interfaith prayers and prayers throughout the prayer breakfast. We'll have a couple of musical performances as well. And then we're going to have Reverend Dr. Christine Wiley, who, along with her husband, were the co-pastors of Covenant Baptist Church. She now heads a pastoral clinic. She's going to come in the anniversary message. So we're really looking forward to that. And again, we're going to have prayers throughout the breakfast, interfaith, and we're just looking forward to a great time in the Lord.
Thank you, Reverend Thompson. And it's always been a great time. We always had a great prayer breakfast when we met together. I was excited, you know, that we've got other churches, we've got other faiths that are participating. So it should be a great program. And I just want to thank you so much for all the hard work that you all are doing in making sure this event is a success. Stuart, if I can get you to just run down quickly some of the other events. Of course, you told people to go to mlkholidaydc.org, but still give them a preview so that they'll go ahead and push that button.
So also tomorrow at 1 o'clock, some of our young people will be pulling together this conversation. This conversation is going to be an ongoing conversation, and it's reimagining public safety. And so this will be the first in the series. You got to catch it. You got to tune in. We're going to get a really good look at that. The next thing that we're going to do is on Sunday, and that's at 1 p.m. if I didn't say for tomorrow, the conversation. At 10 a.m. on Sunday, Covenant Baptist Church has always devoted its service to the life and legacy of Dr. King and invited us to partner with them and really talk through a whole process of just honoring King, lifting King up, and making sure people see a holistic view of Dr. King. So you should tune into that. And again, go to the website and you'll find the links that will allow you to view all of these activities. We're going to, on the 18th, it's showtime. On the 18th, we're going to have a virtual parade. And so before the virtual parade, though, we really want to be able to have a day of service. So we're going to be cleaning up some of the side streets along the MLK corridor. We'll rendezvous at MLK and Malcolm X Avenue, right where King and Malcolm meet. We're going to meet right there, and then we're going to give out assignments and send people in different directions because we are in COVID. And we do not play with COVID. That's why we're not having a physical parade. We do not play with it. So we're going to social distance. We're going to disperse. We're going to be told where to leave the bags of trash. We'll collect the bags of trash later. The other things that's all going to take place is Martha's Table has been one of our phenomenal partners since they've come on this side of the water. And so they will be out with us, and they're going to give out some food. We're going to spread them out because we don't have them all bunched up together because we want to make sure that we're doing our part to fight this COVID. But we also we got to provide some mutual aid and help the people. And that's right in line with the thoughts and ideas of Dr. King. The cleanups that we'll do, like I say, they'll be spearheaded by Ward 8 Woods and our Coast Guard friends who always come out and support us. We also will have Black Swan Academy. It's going to have 2 locations, one here in 8, the other one will be in Ward 7. And Black Swan Academy is going to give out some necessary stuff to some of our most needy people so they can come on by and get things as they last. Coats, hats, gloves, some toiletries and things of that nature. And community connoisseurs, we will have them up the street on MLK at 3117, right in front of the Washington Informer's office. The community connoisseurs will be doing a similar thing with the coats, gloves, and hats and things of that nature until they last, and hopefully make sure that people are warm through this winter. The last thing that I want to say is that at 4 o'clock, so our virtual parade will run from 12 to 1. We be done. Then at 4 o'clock, WJLA ABC 24/7 will run it. I guess it won't be an hour, but it'll be within that block of news time from 4 to 5. They're going to run a special remembering Dr. King. And so that's our lineup for this year's the 2021 commemoration of the life and legacy of Dr. King.
I want to thank all of you all for being on today and sharing that information with us. We'll get back together after the fact. I'm just in closing, if I can just give each one of you all a moment. I don't know if what the Spirit may tell you to say, but something related to our theme. And so quickly, I'll start with you, Dr. Douglas. Now is the time for what?
So now is the time for us as a city to come together because as I have been saying to our young people who are helping with the essay contest, that there is so much unfinished work to be done. There's unfinished business to be done. And so now is the time for those of us that have had the chance to do this work, to pass the baton to the next generation, to train them, to equip them so that they can move forward, to bring our city to where it needs to be. Now is the time for our clergy to come together, and not just come together for a handout or come together to ask the mayor for a resolution and things of that nature, but to come together to really be what we are supposed to be, a faith community that is seeking to help those who are the least, the last, the lost, and oftentimes the left out.
All right, Stuart, now's the time.
Well, she wrapped it all up, and that's what I meant by paying it forward. That's what it's about. It's about now is the time to pay it forward and give it to the next generation so that they can keep paying it forward.
Reverend Thompson?
I would say that now is the time to watch, to pray, to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God.
Thank you all so much. Now's the time to say goodbye to another edition of WIN TV. Thank you for being with us. Thank you all for watching. We want to see you back here this time at noon on Friday. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your relations. Now is the time. See you next week.